Hello, today is Tuesday, July 28th, 2015. I'm Rob Jones, and this is Keeping Up with the Joneses. Today is Keeping Up with the Joneses YouTube channel's 5th anniversary. And to celebrate, Converse released a brand new pair of Chuck Taylor All-Star 2s for the first time in nearly 100 years. First redesign. And I think they're pretty cool. If you're a All-Stars wearer, then you know that these normally come in a brown box. The new ones come in a black box with the 2. Now, first of all, you'll notice that the overall design has been retained for the All-Star 2s compared to the originals, which I like. Pretty much the same profile for both the low top and the high top. Here's my originals. Now let's talk about some of the differences. One of the things that has always been a problem for me is the heel in the back of the shoe. If it gets wet a couple of times, it busts out like that. And then it squeaks when you walk, and then eventually you just want to get a new pair. In the new ones, they've stitched the back, and it's a completely different material. So only time will tell for me if that problem has been resolved, because that problem right there is something that I've had with every single pair of All-Stars that I wear. As far as design goes, you can see a few of the subtle differences. The contrasting stitching is missing from this one, and the black lines. However, I believe you'll probably see the All-Star 2s in what they call a classic pattern probably this winter. One huge improvement is the tongue of the shoe, the material, the fact that it would always slip and slide all over the place. The new ones, move that out of the way. There's elastic holding it into place. It's a much firmer material, it's softer, it feels better. The tags are better. Versus these. One of my favorite new changes about the new All-Star 2s is the removable sole. It's black, so it won't show stains. So that way you can clean it, and if there was a stain, you would be able to see it, so that's nice. You can remove it without getting the shoe wet to clean it, unlike the old ones where you would get the shoes wet and they would begin to deteriorate and the bag would come loose. Another subtle difference other than the colors and the stitching is the red painted eyelets as opposed to the silver. Again, I think that's just going to be a special edition, probably a classic style available sometime later this year after they've established the new Converse Chuck Taylor All-Star 2 shoes. In all of the promotional materials for the new All-Star 2s, you'll see the shoestrings in the same color as the canvas material, but as you see, it actually comes with both colors in case you prefer the white. Another obvious change is the canvas material and the inside, it's much nicer now than this material is. It feels nicer, it's softer. And as someone who only wears these Chucks barefoot, I'm looking forward to that. The bottom of the new All-Stars retaining pretty much the same pattern. I have been paying approximately $50 for my All-Stars, the old version. The new versions, they run $70 for the low top and I believe $75 for the high top, which is not that much more to pay for a much better shoe, which on the surface, it really seems to be like a better shoe. After I wear it for a few months, we'll know if it really is. But so far, I'm very impressed. I like it a lot. This was your first look at the new Chuck Taylor All-Star 2s, and thank you for joining me on Keeping Up with the Joneses' 5th anniversary. Thanks for watching.